We have been hearing about the finternet or the internet of value for a very long time, and I feel as though a lot of people actually don't realize just how big Ripple and the XRP ledger and even XRP will be in this new world of, finance. And in this video, I really want to talk about that and really kind of show you guys and explain just exactly what's going on here and how big of an opportunity we have in front of us. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And before we dive on in, I got to say, Caleb and Brown, guys, this is an affiliate partner of the channel now. And Caleb and Brown has been very, very good. I have to say, I've been messing around with this exchange. I've utilized many crypto exchanges in the past. This is definitely one that's high up on the list. Fully regulated, 24/7 customer support. You do not have to commit. Try it. It's completely free. If you don't like the exchange, don't use it. If you like the exchange, it might become your favorite exchange. And for those US investors out there that want to move away from Uphold, maybe Uphold support isn't the best, which I have had issues with, or you want to move away from Coinbase or another exchange, try Caleb and Brown. There's a link down in the description below. You're not forced to do it. If you guys do want to try it, like I said, go and try it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's it. But check them out. You won't regret it. I'm telling you guys that right now. But let's dive on in. So the finternet, the future of finance is faster, borderless, and user-centric. This was a post on LinkedIn that got posted back in October. And it's very interesting because, we were always listening to talks about the internet of value. Like, let's go back in time. All right. Let's go all the way back to like 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Like that whole time period there felt so different in crypto. I'm not the only one that probably thinks this. I'm sure that there's a lot of you out there that were probably thinking, it is a completely different environment right now around crypto. It's kind of crazy. But if we go back to that time period, the internet of value or like some of these ideas that we had around what crypto is going to do was basically just that. An idea, a thought, speculation. But then we got a breakdown from the BIS, the Bank for International Settlements, the central bank of central banks. And it was their concept of the internet of value, the finternet. That's what it was. And it's kind of crazy because it includes everything that, we were talking about, which it includes, tokenization of everything, stocks, bonds, real estate, equities, anything that you can think of tokenized on chain, and then unified ledgers, which is a completely, it's all these DLTs, all of these digital ledgers that are on one big foundation, connect it all to one. When we think about what's going on here, it's kind of crazy, but this is what we have been talking about for years. It's what, we've been hearing about for years. I mean, even Ripple gave us a full breakdown of the internet of value back in 2017. The finternet got posted in 2024 by the BIS. I mean, it's insane, but this is basically what the future financial system will look like. And again, this is not getting posted by some random person out there. This is legit from the BIS, the central bank of central banks, the big players. You go to their about section, you can look at the overview of who the BIS is. I mean, this is one of the original players around the financial system as we know it. Established back in 1930, the BIS is owned by 63 central banks representing countries from around the world that together account for 95% roughly of the world's GDP. And they are giving us a full breakdown of the finternet. I mean, guys, I want you to understand that the future financial system is already being worked on. Like, this is already happening. And we know from the World Economic Forum posted back on January 5th, 2023, why we still need cryptocurrency for an internet of value. We know that this basically confirms that crypto and blockchain and DLT itself will be foundational to the internet of value. And it's kind of crazy. It really is kind of crazy when we start to see these breakdowns from names like the World Economic Forum or the BIS or even the IMF. Now, this is the potential that they were labeling under these Web3 technologies. Unlock new use cases in finance that aren't currently possible due to the illiquidity of traditional assets. Increase transparency and foster more direct relationships between sellers and customers. Bring decentralization to the business world by enabling community ownership. Now, there's a ton of other additional efficiencies that we can mention, obviously, but it's just crazy. It's crazy to see these discussions at this level because, again, I brought up the whole time period of like 2017 all the way up to like 2021 because that was such a different time in this market. If we saw these articles, if we saw these discussions happening, I mean, there was a few private meetings, there was a few things that were happening around that time period, but nothing like this, nothing on this scale. And then even from the biggest banks out there like Citi, the regulated Internet of Value, digital policy, strategy, and advisory, where they were talking about tokenization and DLT and how this is going to revolutionize money as we know it. Central bank money, commercial bank money, electronic money itself, like everything affected by tokenization. And these are the biggest names out there telling you what's happening. Now, I bring all of this up because the US Senate recently called crypto, the entire crypto market, Internet 3.0, calling it the Internet of Value. Now, I'm not going to play this clip that got posted by Bank XRP because Digital Asset Investor actually went and merged a few clips together and fully edited this. And we have grown men will weep when they realize Ripple is the Internet of Value, XRP the standard. Check this out.
Internet 3.0 is what we're talking about today, and that's the Internet of Value.
Partnership in this next phase of the Internet, which is what they call the Internet of Value, the Internet of things of value, like money itself.
Yeah. Chris Larson's his name, and what he said was that I don't know when this is going to happen, but the Internet of Value solved by blockchain is going to happen. What we have to do is make sure that we're around in the right position for when this thing takes off. And in 2013, like I mentioned early on, there was the volume across all exchanges was so small. It was really hard to use this technology for anything meaningful.
Yeah.
But we started building the infrastructure. We started investing in exchanges around the world. Putting those partnerships together, and guess what? When the thing took off, we were there.
And when we talk about the Internet of Value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It just so happens cross-border payments with institutions is the niche that we're focused on right now.
So is that how we can enable the world to freely transact values by using the proper protocol layer, which is the interledger?
Interledger payments plus digital assets could be that Internet of Value, that way to move value all around the world.
So we need that Internet of Value to be developed. And that's what we spend our time working on, is a replacement for SWIFT and correspondent banking. How do you get all of the payment providers, all of the wallets onto ILP? And then how do you use XRP as on-demand liquidity so that all of these providers don't have to keep balances all over the world because the process is so inefficient.
So yeah, Ripple was there since the inception of this term Internet of Value. Ripple was always one of the biggest names around the Internet of Value. And yes, they were always using XRP. I mean, even right now, and I bring this up in multiple videos, if you go to the homepage, you're met with one link, which is tokenization, which is the fundamental piece to the Internet of Value. It's all based around XRP. I mean, they literally market XRP when it comes to these use cases. And even as you look at the, about section under resources, you see about XRP, the digital asset for real world utility, where you are seeing the stats behind this thing. And, again, I want you all to understand just how crucial it is to know what's going on right now when it comes to the entire life cycle of the Internet of Value. We want to sit here and we want to complain about time and how it's taken this much, time to do this or do that, or how it's, going so slow to realize this in. Guys, the finternet also incorporates ISO 20022. That is a standard that's been around since 2004. We're talking 20 plus years ago. And it's finally now being adopted. These things do not happen overnight. They take time. But one thing that we know, and one thing that we can confirm, is that Ripple and XRP are at the forefront of all of this. We have here from Mr. Man XRP, he's right. Grown men will weep for missing such an opportunity, especially when the finternet, the internet of value, the internet 3.0, whatever you want to call it, is documented and linked to Ripple, XRP, and the Interledger Protocol, ILP. The train has left the station, and here we actually have cross-border FX transaction using finternet, October 27th of 2024. You have Swift, TransferWise, PayPal, Western Union. There you have Ripple and XRP, Solana, Ethereum, SEPA, key components of Unified Ledger. The Interledger Protocol is a big piece of this. It's a crucial piece. It's a key component. Here we have from Smokedog. XRP is at the center of the finternet via Ripple's Interledger Protocol, ILP. The finternet vision. They envision that the finternet is a seamlessly connected global financial network. This requires interoperability between various payment systems, networks, and digital assets. Ripple's role in the finternet. Ripple is evolving into the Interledger Protocol because many of its technological solutions now depend on ILP for cross-border payments. ILP is designed to connect different ledgers and networks, making it a key component of financial interoperability, internet of value. XRP as the bridge asset. Ripple actively leverages XRP within ILP to facilitate liquidity and settlement. XRP is uniquely suited as a neutral bridge asset, ensuring fast cross-border transactions. Interoperability through ILP. Ripple promotes interoperability through ILP, positioning it as the backbone of a unified financial internet, the finternet. This aligns with the BIS's vision of a globally connected financial ecosystem where assets and payments move seamlessly, and this is all documented below. Here you have the full document regarding the unified ledger approach, how Interledger Protocol is directly enabled as well. This is all using an Interledger Protocol. Over here, you have Ripple evolving into the Interledger Protocol. You also have Stellar, Ripple Fork being mentioned here. The world will never agree on one ledger, so we need to be able to connect all of them. To overcome this paradox, Ripple developed the open-sourced Interledger Protocol that synchronizes separate ledgers without creating a separate ledger. This is very important. Many of Ripple's technological solutions now rely on the Interledger Protocol because guess what? When you are able to open source something like the Interledger Protocol, that means that all of these other big players can now connect to that or even white label it and use it, which also means that XRP could technically be tapped in here. Any Ripple, solution can be tapped in immediately. It's plug and play. It's basically plug and play here. And then also on the last slide, we have Ripple actively advocates for interoperability through ILP, leveraging XRP in some solutions to facilitate seamless cross-border transactions. Although XRP operates within the Ripple ecosystem, its interoperability extends beyond Ripple's network. Partnerships and integrations with various financial institutions and payment platforms harness XRP's utility, enhancing cross-border payment efficiency and accessibility. So when we think about what's going on here, the new financial system is already underway. We know that it is because of all of the big players telling us about it. We now have the US Senate talking about this. We now have the governments trying to move in on these digital assets, on this technology. We even have the banks greenlit now in the US. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but everything is falling into place for all of this to start accelerating. And when we think about that, the timelines that we are all aware of are now going to accelerate as well. You need to wake up to what's going on here because majority of the world doesn't even understand this. I mean, there's over 500 million users of crypto. How many of those users have, 2 wallets? We don't know how many users are actually behind crypto. They estimate it to be over 500 million. I doubt it is. Okay. Number one. Number two, how many of those users are just sitting here gambling in the meme coin cycle? How many of them even realize the actual utility here? How many of them are actually even doing any research? I doubt it's a large percentage. So what percentage of the global population is even aware of what's going on right now around the finternet, around utility, around these, specific projects? It's probably less than, and I've always said it's probably less than like 1%, but I'll say 5% for the sake of the fact that we have so many new users apparently around crypto. But I would say like 95% of the world has no idea what's going on here. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.